Welcome back to Southsideboystyle. Today, we're going to talk to you about the dreaded transmission shudder in the Chevy Impala. Me personally, I'm talking about the 3.5 3500 engine from '08 up to, my opinion, 13, 14. First off, the Chevy Impala is my favorite vehicle. Of all the vehicles I've owned, it's too many to list. The Chevy Impala is what I like to drive. I like the look of the car, I like the feel of the car, and I like how it mechanically works. But that doesn't mean it doesn't come with its own few issues. I've made videos in the past, and I will share those links on the screen towards the end of the video. One thing I want to talk about today that unfortunately is an issue with the Chevy Impala this is the dreaded transmission shudder. I've gotten so many comments asking me questions if I've had this problem in any of my Impalas, if I've encountered it. I've seen on social media so many people talking about the transmission shudder that may occur with these vehicles. Um, I have one '09 Impala 3500 engine that do have the dreaded transmission shudder. And that's when you start off, sometimes you give it a little bit of gas and you get that. It's literally a shudder from the bottom of the car, and then it goes away as it picks up speed. And sometimes if you're starting slow and going up a hill, you get that transmission shudder from the bottom of the car just briefly, and then it goes away. There is a few factors that can play into this shudder, but and I will get to those now. But there is unfortunately one main culprit that causes this. One that you should check for if you get this shudder is your engine mounts and transmission mounts. The rubbers could be wore, and this could cause a shudder. That's number one. Check your fluid. Smell your fluid. If your fluid smells burnt, then that could be the culprit. It could be the transmission itself. The bands are burnt. Whatever the scenario is, I'm not a transmission guy. The second thing that it could be, it could be shift one and shift two solenoid could be sticky, could be causing an issue. So when you're going from first gear to second gear, it gives a little rumble. That is a highly likely culprit right there, is the shift solenoids, usually being one and two. But unfortunately, 9 chances out of 10, it's the torque converter. And that's a tough one. But chances are, if you're getting that shudder, as I just mentioned, it's the torque converter. Now, you could change out the torque converter, pull the tranny, change the torque converter, do all that. Bit of expensive because you get to buy a torque converter, and if you're not mechanically inclined, then you got to pay somebody to do that for you. That's a tough one. Being as the number one, sorry, if it was a number one and two shift solenoid, that's not as big of a job. You don't have to pull the transmission to fix that. You pull off the transmission pan, and you can get at the number one and number two from there. If you're lucky, as I said, it's a engine mount or a transmission mount. And we all know when you're looking under the hood of those cars, the engine mounts right on one of the engine mounts are right on top. You can see it. You can see it right there clearly. That would be a lucky one. But unfortunately, from my experience and from what I've been seeing, This is an issue with the torque converter. And of all of the Impalas that I owned, I've only had one that's causing that problem. And I feel it's starting to get a little worse myself. It's starting to happen, almost every time I encounter a hill or I just start off. So it's something I'm going to have to look into as well and figure out. Just for me, I'm too busy. In regards to the Chevy Impala itself, guys, we're talking on vehicles that are 10 and 12, 13 years old, okay? Things are going to happen, unfortunately, but you can't blame the car. That's mechanical parts, right? Uh, Sometimes things are going to happen. I'm not going to down a Chevy Impala for a Shudder issue. They're good vehicles. The Impala I'm talking about has over 400,000 kilometers on it. So, that's not a sad thing for something like that to happen. I'm not going to hold it against the car. I still love the car. I like Impalas. That's it. They don't cause a lot of issues. And every video I ever posted here, you'll always see that I always say I enjoy the Chevy Impala because I do. They're good vehicles. Uh, the reason why I created this channel to begin with 4 years ago was if I could find something that could fix a problem with a car that wouldn't cost any money or less money, I would post it on here. I feel this video is that in a sense because I'm giving you reasons for a problem, things to check, and what could be the end result. Unfortunately, when it comes to a torque converter, I wouldn't recommend buying a used torque converter. Unfortunately, this one is a little bit of a money one that I can't remedy a fix for within the torque converter itself. It just needs another torque converter if that's the case, unless you're lucky enough for it to be a or solenoid, one or the three. And guys, that's about it for this little video. So that's going to put an end to this video, and I hope this helps you. And I hope you never have to watch this video because you're having this problem. I wouldn't want you to have this problem. I'm developing it now, so I wouldn't want you guys to have this problem as well. But if you're watching this video and you do have this problem, then I wish you luck. I hope it's not the torque converter. I hope it's something simple that you can cheaply replace, fix, and get you going again with your Impala. And remember, let's not down the Impala for these issues. As I said, my car has a lot of miles on it, and I use it. And sometimes I use it a bit hard too, and it never fails. I don't think I've ever seen an Impala not start first when you turn the key. Come on. So I'm not going to down the car for a torque converter failure at over 400,000 kilometers. I'm just going to keep on pushing on. I'm just going to take it easy with it. When the time comes, I'll probably just throw another transmission in it. I won't mess with a torque converter. I have a couple transmissions here that I can slide right in it. So if it gets worse with me and it's undrivable, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to change out the transmission. So guys, you can give thanks to this channel. You can help me out so I can keep all this equipment going so I can bring you these videos that helps you guys out. So if you feel like you want to give thanks to the channel, just check within there and you'll see there's places where you can give thanks to the channel. You can also buy merch. Listen, the prices of the merch, I can't help. I make pennies off merch. So the companies that make the merch and do it all, they're getting the money. I make pennies, literally pennies on the merch. But there's stickers there, Southsideboystyle. There's hoodies and shirts and mugs. Listen, I don't have one today, but you can buy a mug that says Southsideboystyle. And that would be greatly appreciated. You can share the video so other people can see this too. It just gets it out there, creates an algorithm. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope this helps. and I'll see you on the next one.